Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode we're going to be looking at our very first list with Gardener Joe and seeing if we can go for some PvP and just building really around what Gardener Joe does. So, if you don't know already, Gardener Joe is one of the new captains, has no attack value, but for one cinder you can create a thorn vine. So thorn vines are little plants and they basically just damage anything that touches them. At the end of the turn, Gardener Joe nourishes allied units in range, which gives them basically a temporary buff of +1 health. And if the thorn vines are still nourished at the start of your next turn, they turn into greater thorn vines, they get an extra health, and they can start attacking things, so they can move and make attacks and that sort of thing. Fertilised soil is also really nice. At the start of your next turn, all units in the area gain +2 speed. So quite a useful utility character, and it's going to be, for buffing things up and trying to go for a bit of a longer game in general. So I thought we'd build around that and try and do something according to it. So the first thing we've done is put in Deadeye, because after seeing what Zuno's like, Deadeye is just a must now in my opinion. Excuse me. For following up from that, we've got both Sevria Safeguard and Beatrice to really take advantage of being more defensive, make it tougher to kill things, build up that defensive line. Following that same trend, we've got Torian Guardian here as well for exactly the same reason. Aria's here is a good utility piece just to sort of drop down here and there. Again, the accuracy buff lets us go straight through the Zuna's defensive area. And we've got Aegis Defense Dome, again, to stack up on top of that defensive capability and make us really, really hard to kill. And then from that point, we need some win conditions. Now, Noxie is sort of like a mid-ground, because I've seen a lot of discussion about people wanting to have Toxoids in their Gardener Joe lists, but I feel like a Toxoid on its own is kind of just a one and done, whereas a Noxie with Resilient and the ability to just sort of heal back up, I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I think that could actually be even more awkward to deal with, so I like the idea of Noxie potentially as a good endgame unit. We've got Furia, so obviously healing every turn, Furia stacking every turn. Great way to just get the extra damage out there, and especially with things like Deadeye to make it much easier to hit. Fury could be really nice and useful. And then our two big win cons. We've got Crash, so Crash loses 1 health whenever they use their ability, but also gains an attack, and it's something that can be a lot of damage in the future. So if we've set up a defensive position, we can give it additional movement speed, we can keep buffing it up out of line of sight and healing it as well. Crash could get absolutely massive. And then we've got Florio, who is just a really solid endgame unit, just damage from a long, across the battlefield, and it could help us just finish things off as and when we need to. So, I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out. It feels like it's going to be right to me, and I just want to have some fun and see what we can do. If you enjoy this, please do like, comment, subscribe, join us on the Patreon in the description down below. It's the best way to support the channel, and comments are one of the things that really do brighten my day as well. But for now, I'll see you in game. Okay, we have found ourselves a game. We're against Verb Vertebrate. There we go. Hang on, this is a level 74 account that I don't recognise. Interesting. I'm really curious to see how this goes. Also, that's a great paint job there, some handwritten text in there as well, so really good job. You may have noticed that I'm wearing completely different clothes when we started this. This is actually a completely different day, I think, to when we recorded the intro, or maybe a bit late. I can't even remember when I recorded this intro, but definitely keen to give Gardener Joe a try for the first time in PvP. Now, we haven't really got a good place to set up, but we're against a Zax, so it's not the worst, but okay, Deadeye being the great choice here. I do think it would be nice, actually, if we had like a hovered circle where we could show where we could deploy, because that would be a really nice thing to see. So, we obviously want to defend our own Deadeye over here, and probably just plant a Thorn Vine. I mean, it can be shot there, but so let's just pop it back over here, make it relatively safe, keep it within range, and no more abilities to use, so we're adding a turn there, and nourish our Thorn Vines. So interestingly enough, even though they're going first, they've got just a really good locational advantage over us here. They can move a lot closer to this. So I think it's going to be hard for us to contest, but we've got a good position here, and okay, so then oh, I didn't think that would have an angle. I'll be honest, I didn't think that was going to have an angle at all. So at least we can move Deadeye out and get an angle there, and we can potentially heal ours. So if we knew that was going to have an angle, we'd have just moved further out and tried to get the nourish onto Deadeye as well. Okay, so this is going to move, which is interesting. Well, it's good for us, I suppose. So if we want to move to here. So is it, how much accuracy? It's 40%, isn't it? Yeah, so Have we got a route that gets us better than better than 60-ish to get a guaranteed hit? So there was a 61 there briefly, but let's go with. I wish I could zoom out slightly more here. So this is 55. We are going to be Teutonia fodder a little bit, but we'll take the 94%. There we go. We are going to want to move slightly back, and I guess we plant a thorn maybe a little further back so they can't Teutonia both of them at once. And now we've got spare resource because we didn't go first, so I think what we want to do is probably place down either Aria or Torian, but I think an Aria over here could be quite useful. Just get that additional pressure onto that objective. And there we go. Our first Thorn Vine's making its moves. So, okay, they missed us, that's nice, because it was a long-range shot. It feels like we should be able to zoom out slightly more just to be able to see these angles. Like, I don't know why. So, is that their area? Yeah. Okay, so they're going for sort of the kill style. We're going to be trying to push objectives. We're going to have 4 next turn, so we can look at playing Defense Dome, or we can try and just push a little bit later for something up here. Although I think in 2 turns we probably just want to play Noxie, so this turn I'm probably going to look at moving forwards and playing Beatrice and Sevria. Okay, Teutonia doesn't have a good angle, that's great. We're going to be able to get another Thorn Vine out. This doesn't matter as much because it's just a temporary buff anyway, and we're going to be able to start damaging things. So, can we get like 100% over here? We can. I think we probably should, especially if we can get angle with Aria as well. So, what can we get with Aria?
Really draws the eye.
So Aria gets plus 75 anyway, so here is a great angle for this. So we'll just stillness and shoot that. We'll come over here and just take our 98, I guess it's going to be, something like that. Is there another angle we can get? I mean, I can't see what it's going to be. It could be like a 90 something. So I think going slightly further back is probably correct. It's 83. Okay, that's maybe a bit too far. I shouldn't have taken that risk, I don't think. Zhou's going to move in this direction just to make sure we claim this. Get that buff onto our units. Oh no, we've only got 3 here? I thought we were going to... I thought it said plus 4. Maybe that was this turn. Either way, so Torian can come out. In fact, what do we even have? We're just going to put Torian out over here, get the buff as well. Also plant another Thorn Vine. And next turn we can go for some fertilization. This is getting us just a little bit of healing. Our Thorn Vines are going to start creeping forwards, and we can start going for a bit of a buff starting next turn. So I think they should probably move forward with Teutonia. It's not a good choice, but it's at least reasonable. Okay, so they're going for defensive plays. So this is going to be the turn where we start putting a bit more pressure on. We've got 3 crew plus our vines. Okay, this needs to now live. So we're going to be probably shooting with Aria and then backing off. Oh no, it's dead. I forgot about their Aria. Yeah, forgot about that. That doesn't help. But at least now we know we can start shooting in this direction. And we don't have to be as defensive there. Okay, so their Torian's up, yeah. But they're going for more objectives up there, so we basically have to do the same. The answer to that is to fertilise some soil. Can get 3 units here, so we'll just go for this. I forgot this was not just a fully AoE thing. Oh no, because it happens next turn, doesn't it? Okay, so we're just going to have to take shots and things, so Deadeye is going to come here and start trying to hit Torian. So we'll just Ozos ourselves. Go for the... I mean, you could go for 86 here, but I think Torian's probably what we should be trying to take out. We'll move up here with our Torian, just to stay in a fairly defensive spot.
Taking flight.
We're going to move up with Zhou to keep these buffs going. And then probably just apply... I mean, can we get Savria in just over here? Yeah, so pop Savria down here. It gives them a good Titonia target. And then Beatrice can just come up here to be another tanky frontline. Okay. So this is a good Titonia target. We should have put fertilized soil this direction. I forgot it was a turn delayed. So that's a bit of a mistake on my... Hey! My plant hurt me! Okay, so this is going to be using that and Titonia to get a big AoE. Stop it! Also, why did that do 2? What? Why did that do 2 damage?
Oh, those glittering plumes.
Sure, I mean, this should miss. Okay, I don't care about this being a mine. Especially if the mines didn't gain extra health. Okay, they didn't, that's good. Yeah, like... These need to start attacking and doing something, because otherwise they're going to be a little bit lackluster. Oh dear, I cannot believe that just happened. Oh wow, the Sentinel. Okay. So Sentinel's more of an issue, but I think what this means is that we're probably going to try and Savria our way around here. Maybe if we get there, we can potentially move around or get Beatrice in or something. Or Beatrice could maybe just clear it up. Okay, so again, Deadeye is ridiculously useful in this. Yeah, so they're pushing all up that way. So now we can Beatrice in this direction if we get this right.
Every day's full body day.
So if we just line it up nicely about there. We don't want to trap our own unit in. So there we go. This is what we wanted to do here. Ping all 3 of those. We can... Oh, it's technically blocked at the moment. Have we still got the Ozo's buff? We have. So I think what we actually just do is pop back at something like here. Try and make Arya's angle a bit worse. And pop for this. Then Torian can come around and start doing some damage. Can we get this in as well? No. So this might as well come here and attack with Savria. Torian can come over here and just get some damage in. We can... We'll still just Ozos ourselves. We're going to play Noxie. So we're actually going to move up aggressively here. We're going to play Noxie over here. We're going to fertilize soil on all of these. And I guess... shield barrier something? Let's shield barrier our Torian. We're putting ourselves all in the line of this, which is probably a big mistake, but we're trying to just get as tanky as possible. These thorns are not doing well because all they're doing is hitting the one thing there. So yeah, so this is going to be most of their... Oh, it's only 2 now. I forgot it's not 4 anymore. So this is a big AoE turn for them. But we've got a lot of damage. So maybe we can do this. This is going to hurt. But getting the buffs from Zhou has been really helpful so far. It's basically just a mini Nectar Vine every turn. So maybe we should have been protecting here instead. Arya could potentially get through here.
Whoa, easy there.
It does hurt that we didn't take this objective, because that stopped us kind of going for the points thing here. Deadeye is going to be really good for clearing this up. I mean, we've got loads of movement. Noxie's going to be fun, because we can just Noxie and force the Toxoid out. But we need to deal with this somehow. Or just avoid it. Okay. That can be good for us if we can find a way of killing this. Then we can potentially just chain things across here, especially if Beatrice can get into range in a minute. Snarling, okay. So much movement going on here. So maybe we just come across here and start hitting the captain, but I think we probably just want to take out the enemy units. Okay, so we're going to be shield barrieing ourselves here. What can Deadeye do that's useful? Honestly, not much. It's the fact that I don't really want to have to do that. So, you know what we can do here is we can just kill Broken Vengeance. So, if he misses something... There we go, we got a miss. Oh, because they... Of course they missed. Right, so now we're going to hurt ourselves to do this because we're idiots.
Need half a second.
Yeah. And yeah, that's all fine. Oh, this is a mistake. So I guess we pop in Severe down here. Deadeye can get to what? Plus 39. I guess we Ozos again here. To kill Broken Vengeance.
I'll keep my eyes on you.
Shoot here, shoot here. Come on, come here, come here, come here. I pressed it, I pressed it. Why didn't you move? I pressed the button, Joe. Oh, I did not play that well. We could have had Crash out already. Oh, we've definitely played a little bit slow there. It's hard getting used to all the moving parts. How are we doing? So they've got 8 units, we've got 9. So we are slightly ahead, but theirs are definitely tougher to deal with than ours. We should have really moved this around to try and get a different angle. Because it was essentially a 0% hit.
Stay close to me.
Okay, so there's their protection. Okay, we get a Toxoid. That's nice. Getting a free Toxoid is a really good use for us. A really good scenario for us. So they're going to try and basically get the hit onto it, which is fine. And they do. Reasonable. I mean, can't argue with that. It's a pretty good choice there. And then they're going to get the Flechette. They're going to destroy their own mine if they do, which is fine by us. But yeah, I think we're a bit behind here. Okay, yeah. Oh, I don't know. So we're going to survive that, and then they can probably just Flechette. Oh, they've done the Flechette, have they?
Used to taking my time.
Yeah, they've done it. Okay, so what do we do here? Our vines have not been doing much, I'll be honest, at all. This Toxoid is pretty useless. Okay, there's Chuck. So, interestingly, we can get a really good shot onto Chuck.
The wings were a bad choice.
We can potentially get... So we can basically kill anything here. If we can get... Oh no, because we don't have poison. We can't move our poison. Yeah, for some reason for a second I thought this was poisoned, but it's not. So what do we want to do? I guess we're moving here to just try and keep Snarling in place. Or just here to take the point as well. So we'll poke Snarling. Beatrice will just come up here and hit over here. There we go, we've got the important part.
Eyes open, tails behaving.
We do need to take this objective back because now they're ahead in points. We will Ozos ourselves here and push this onto, oh, I guess Detonium because we're snared. We'll fertilise some soil over here, I guess. Shield barrier ourselves.
Can't hurt, right?
And we'll move just over here and hit this. And then we're going to deploy our Florio, I think. We'll plant a Thorn Vine. So now we've got a Florio out because we did lose a vine somewhere. The fact that these are just hitting this is so frustrating because they've done like 3 damage to that so far. Okay, yep, so there's Sevria taking that out. 90% shot here. It's the fact we let ourselves get behind on points when this situation was going on. This would have been so much better if we hadn't done that. Yeah, because mines do 3 damage now, which is pretty nuts, so this is going to hit like a truck. But if Toxoid gets to attack, we're in a better spot. Yep, so Beatrice is dead. I mean, Florio could save us here, in theory. It's a lot of damage that comes out. Of course, they still managed to get that off. And what's this going to be? Another mine, I suppose? Oh, it's just where Zax is going. Yeah, so we need to run our captain away, basically. Which is fine. It's a perfectly reasonable option. We just need to find ways of protecting us. Oh, and hit and run's back here now. Good. Good. So what can we do about hit and run? Can we do anything about this first? No. Toxoid is still snared, so... I mean, we can take out Detonia with Florio. Can we get a guaranteed shot here? It's not guaranteed, but... it's worth it, I think. We can get the 90%. We will shoot this. Take the Florio Bombard up in this direction, so we can get all 4 of these, which is great. Zhou needs to kind of live, is the problem. So maybe we need to block hit and run somehow. Try and get away from this. Who even is this? Oh, this is Deadeye. So this can just move over here. Deadeye can be... Deadeye can pop into here. Try and just block some lines of sight a little bit, I guess. And then we will pop... Let's pop a Crash down over here. Crash seems like something that could help this situation out. We're going to be losing on points at this rate. But we're going to heal our stuff up. Again, the complete lack of damage because of one armoured unit is making Gardener Zhou very difficult to use here. Yeah, so they're going to be able to kill us this turn, I'm fairly confident. Because they've got 3 damage coming from this, 2 from that. Yep, so all they need to do is get 2 damage from Zax here and it's guaranteed lethal. So well done for Verb Vertebrat, sorry. Great game, really good fun, like, first attempt at our Gardener Zhou list. I definitely feel like we played wrong a few times. There was a lot of... Oh, bit of a delay here. Hello? Oh. Is this a thing? Why have we not... Well, this is the strangest thing I've had happen so far. Well, I'm gonna wreck it. And just kill this. Why is this game still happening? So can we now not lose? Like, what's the deal here? Where can I deploy? I can still deploy around our dead plant. Sure. Defense dome, I guess. We'll pop that down somewhere. Yeah, we'll have a defense dome over here. Florio can just move in this direction. It's the safest way to go. And yeah, sure. Guys, unknown worlds. Might need a bit of help here. I don't think this is meant to be the case. Sure, we've got our defense dome that's going to die in a second, but in theory, maybe we can win? I don't like it, but I'm playing this out for science, basically. Yep, our stuff is all going to die. Like, they're going to win on points, which is fine. I'm glad they can win on points, because I don't want to win this game, but I want to see what happens. Like, absolutely want to see what happens here. This is bizarre. So this has got a shield barrier, so we can deal with that in theory. Especially if this can get in range once we move Furia. Yeah. I mean, Fury could mostly take this out. It takes 5, we need to deal 3 more. That's what Noxie's currently got. That could be good. I'm baffled. I'm utterly baffled here. So maybe if we say move over here and start shooting this way, we have enough time to... Okay, so we've got a unit on this objective anyway, but it can't do anything, so let's just... Yeah, let's go for it. Let's just start playing for a bizarre win scenario. I can't believe this is happening. Sure, so we'll just come over here, and I guess we just shoot... We could go for that. Really does help if we can get that off the battlefield, but then that takes away our other angles. We can go the 50-50 on Arya, stop them getting points, or we can just push for a bunch of damage straight onto their captain. I mean, let's go for the captain. And then here, we're gonna wreck it. And then get the attack in. I honestly, Crash feels... Oh! We can fertilize soil again. Sure. Okay. This is... We're getting nourished still from our corpse. This is so bizarre. This is the weirdest bug I've seen so far. I'm reporting this one to the Discord immediately. I don't like I said, I do not want to win. Like, I don't feel right winning this game. But I'm absolutely playing this out to see what happens. Because this is just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. If we can take them off this objective and actually have a chance of winning, it's completely mad. Like, that shouldn't be the case. And we've got, what, seven damage so far, so we can't kill the captain, but there's nothing saying we can't push towards the enemy units here. Can we get a good line of sight here? Got a 3% chance, so we are pretty much beholden to this, but this can just take the objective away, which is very interesting. So if we come to, say, here, in fact, let's just move this first so we don't mess it up. Move that first. Bring this over here, get 70% chance shot. There we go. I guess Furia hits here and runs away. Fertilized soil. I don't understand. Oh, we're still getting buffs. We're still shooting pointlessly at this. This should not be a win. Like, I really don't understand how this level of bug could occur. And they're going to be able to kill our guy here, so we are going to lose the game, which is absolutely fine. But we're way closer than we ever should be. Although, I mean, if we can get Furia to shoot Arya, and then find a way to basically bring Toxoid back over here, that's fine. Has this still got anything left? No. It depends on if they can kill this, and basically if we can get a shot over there. If we can move back over here and deal with things. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be able to deal with that, so that's fine. This is good. I'd rather it go this way, because we can kill this, but we can't contest that. So our opponent does win, which is what they deserve to do. We're just going to poke them for no reason and just let this victory go ahead. And sure, we'll take out Arya because we can. We'll fertilise some soil on our corpse. And end the turn, let our opponent score. Hopefully this isn't a bugged as well. Okay, thank God. For a second then I thought they were gonna I thought they were gonna lose. Well, there we go, we have it. We lost a game that is it's possibly the biggest bug I've ever seen in Moonbreaker. Yeah, I'll be heading straight to the Discord to yeah, I mean, Joe, got to be kidding me seems pretty reasonable for that interaction. Oh my goodness. Well, there we have it. I don't have much to say about that game. I don't think you guys will either. Utterly nuts. If you enjoyed it, please do like, comment, subscribe, join us in the Patreon in the description, where you can have a say on what you want to come up in the channel. If you've got a specific list you want me to play, you can request that. Anything that you guys want to see, I'm happy to do it. I've got a few ideas already lined up, but I've got plenty more that I'd love to hear from you. I'm just really having fun with this, but thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.